Welcome to each and every one of us to this week's training roundtable on both and mindset. Both and mindset. If you haven't yet written that down, now's a good time to do that. This is also a great topic to give a mentor reminder that you are meant to be using both our weekly training roundtables and your leadership track trainings. So our weekly training roundtables support you with how to successfully execute and take action on what you learn in your leadership track training. Let's take a moment and write that down. Our weekly training roundtables support you with how to successfully execute, take action on what you learn in your leadership track training. In order to be able to master both and, we must be able to understand either or thinking. The opposite of both and is either or. According to Psychology Today, either or thinking is a cognitive distortion. Please write that phrase down, cognitive distortion, which means distorted thinking. And distorted thinking increases stress and anxiety. Write that down. Distorted thinking increases stress and anxiety. Either or thinking, also known as all or nothing thinking, is a common cognitive distortion that often happens with people who have issues related to anxiety. For us as highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders, this is connected to the coping cycle. Write that down. When you engage in either or thinking, you evaluate your life in extreme terms. It's either perfect or a disaster. This is related to our highly sensitive shadow of perfectionism. Someone who participates in all or nothing, either or thinking might notice the following: feeling as if you are a failure, having a sense of low self-esteem and confidence, difficulty finding middle ground or thinking of creative solutions, being less likely to take risks, an inability or unwillingness to forgive yourself, trouble asking for help, lack of resilience, less self-compassion, easily lured by outside solutions consistently, otherwise known as bright, shiny object syndrome. Either or thinking is not bad, or either or thinking does not mean you're a bad person. Thinking that either or thinking makes you a bad person is either or thinking. It's learned behavior as a result of a missed attempt to manage anxiety, which is very common experience for those of us who are highly sensitive. Not being taught at an early age how to work with a nervous system that overstimulates easily and typically quickly. Either or thinking is connected to the shadow of overprotection. Either or thinking is the opposite of your commitment to hatch statement. Please write that down. And if you don't yet have a commitment to hatch statement, no worries. Either or thinking is the opposite of the process of re-return and recommitment. I'd like to share some examples of either or thinking that the team compiled for me that they've either seen or heard in our forum, on check-in calls, or one-on-one calls. As I share these examples, just take a moment, hand on heart, if that's helpful. And what do you honestly recognize for yourself? No right, no wrong, no judgment, just the opportunity for awareness, which is the first step of transformation. So again, what do you honestly recognize for yourself when you hear these examples? Either I do only what I want right now, or I'm stuck doing what I don't want forever. Either everything is easy and successful, not challenging, or I'm sad, stuck, stressed, angry, a failure, not having fun, don't know my purpose. Either I meet my dire need or this program doesn't work. Either I have the money now to invest in additional business miracle support, or I can't get more support. Either I focus on inner work or outer work. Either I have time to do the trainings, or I have time to do all the real things in my life that are on my plate. Either my life relationships outside business are successful, or my business is successful. Either I'm comfortable where I am at, or I'm pushing, stressing, getting sick in order to get ahead. Let's take a breath in and let it out. How do we shift from either or thinking to a both and mindset? First, we recognize the process of transformation. Ayuk, awareness, understanding, knowing. That first step, awareness, is the key to begin to shift from either or to both and. What we just did as an exercise is that first step, an opportunity of awareness, honest awareness. Oh, I do tend towards that either or thinking. Next step, being able to be aware or catch yourself in the moment of either or thinking, which can often be either or speaking, meaning the words are so habitually coming out of your mouth before you even realize you're having the thought. Once you're aware, we can go to the next step of shift from either or to both and, which is to neutralize. Recognizing, as already shared, that either or thinking comes from a place of anxiety. So when we catch ourselves in either or thinking, we take a moment, place hand on heart, bring hand 6 to 8 inches from the heart, move it into vertical, find the midpoint, feeling the energy in the palm, and giving the clear command to nervous system and brain, correct, neutral, now, which then gives us access to the next step of shifting from either or to both and, which is to flip the switch. Either or thinking means that your lid has been flipped. You've had a limbic hijack. You've lost connection to the amygdala. Awareness and then neutralize begins to bring the lid down, giving access to the amygdala, creative solutions, and the opportunity to flip the switch. Now, just for fun, I thought I would take some of these examples of either or thinking that the team compiled for me, and I would flip the switch of them in real time, meaning I did not prepare these ahead. So let's see how well I do. Let's look at either I do only what I want right now, or I'm stuck doing what I don't want forever. Let's flip the switch. I can both do what I need to do right now and recognize that I am moving forward step by step towards what I want. Flip of the switch. Next one. Either I have the money now to invest in additional business miracles support, or I can't get more support. Flip the switch. I am able to choose that I can both invest in additional business miracles support and learn how to generate more income as a result of that support. Either I have time to do the trainings, or I have time to do all the real things in my life on my plate. Flip the switch. I can both be creative in the way I use the trainings and simultaneously take care of the things that are on my plate. I could both listen to the trainings while I'm taking care of the things on my plate. Next, either I'm comfortable where I'm at, or I'm pushing, stressing, getting sick to get ahead. I can both be comfortable with change and get ahead while being healthy. Breath in and let it out. Developing a both and mindset is a practice. Write that down. Developing a both and mindset has been proven via research that it is learnable and possible at any age. Write that down. Breath in and let it out.